Practice that belly breathing again. Notice the feedback of the floor against your navel as you take your next breath. You might notice the rise of your back ribs away from the floor as well. And reverse that ocean wave, allowing your breath to deflate the belly and heart space. Breathe in as though you're nailing down a nail under your belly, using the strength of your abdominal muscles, pressing them into the earth to fill up your lungs. This is good work. It's okay if it feels strange. Continue at your pace and choose to move when you're ready. Bending one knee, bringing the ankle towards the hips, and then extending the foot again to switch sides. Beginning to kick in slow motion like a swimmer, maybe flexing the toes towards the shin as the ankle draws towards the hips. Can you move with your breath here? Maybe inhaling as you lift a foot, maybe even lifting the footprint towards the sky so much that the knee leaves the mat. Imagine sliding a piece of paper under your thigh as you lift that footprint towards the sky. You might press your forehead into that stack of your hands, lengthening the back of your neck. And choose to drive the bent knee into the floor or lift it with the footprint. Warming up the hip flexors. Beginning to ask for some effort from the glute muscles that also just helped you lift into bridge pose when you supported with the blocks underneath you. Choose to continue this way or reach back with a hand, maybe catching the ankle, maybe not. Maybe still lifting the footprint. If grasping your ankle, it might lift your chest as well. And take care as you change sides, making this yours. Choose to rest here or bring your elbows under your shoulders, letting your forearms be placed as though on railroad tracks. Your handprints could firmly grip the mat. This is Sphinx pose. Let your belly be heavy towards the mat. Maybe even press your shoulders and elbows down into the floor. And imagine dragging your belly button forward and placing it down. Inhale to inflate your belly, maybe curl your chest forward, practicing a heart opening, stretching the belly after the strong core work you just did. Notice your breath. Nice work. Choose to stay here or lie flat again. Pressing your handprints into the mat beside your shoulders. Lift your body away from the floor and send your hips towards your heels, child's pose. Reach your handprints forward, extending both arms like a puppy that wants to play. You can grip the mat and walk your handprints to one side. Take a long breath in to expand through the side body. And exhale to walk through center and reach towards the other side. Another breath in might massage your rib cage open on the other side. And finding center with both handprints. Choose to find your blanket or towel if you're practicing with one today. Make a little palette for your knees, practicing self-care. You also have the option to kind of double your mat over, kind of creating a little bump in the road, a little extra cushion for you to kneel on. Once again, make this yours. And find your way into tabletop or hands and knees. Again, you might keep your blocks handy, your stack of books, whatever you might be working with. And if you're not working with one, that's just fine. All right, from here, I invite you to explore cat-cow. If you do have those blocks, it could be nice to place those or books underneath your hands. This will reduce the angle on the wrists and hopefully make this slightly more accessible if you're experiencing tenderness. Bringing the knees under the hips. Notice the weight of the shoulders over the heels of your hands, the weight of the hips over the knees. An inhale might draw your belly towards the floor like we did at the beginning of our session, finding cow pose. An exhale might tuck your tail as you round your lumbar spine and make space between your shoulder blades, pressing into both hands. Tuck your chin, cat pose. Inhale, find your breath, moving like an ocean wave from tail to crown. Listening to the ocean sound in the back of your throat as you continue to flow. Inhale, find your cow pose. Exhale, find your cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Find neutral as you're ready to find your way to standing. You might turn your blocks on their tallest setting or use anything nearby for assistance as you make your way to your feet. I like to step 1 foot forward and curl the toes of the back foot and lift the back knee until I can balance my weight between both feet. And step forward with the back foot, finding a kind of fold. And I'll choose to leave my blocks on their tallest setting at the front of my mat and return to them soon. Finding both footprints, taking your time, inhaling as you bend your knees and rise with a rolling spine up to tall mountain pose. Choose to shrug your shoulders, roll them back and down, reaching fingertips towards the floor. You might turn your thumbs outward, opening the chest, reaching towards the earth as you grow tall at the same time. Long breath in from toes to nose. Prepare for sun salutation, or at least this month's variation. And I invite you to leave your blanket or towel right where you had it, as we'll return to our knees soon. Practice that self-care with the cushion in mind for softness for your landing point. As you're ready, invite your hands to the sky with a long breath in. Palms might connect as you hinge at your hips and reach for your lap, finding a half fold. Lengthen your spine here, maybe even tuck your chin, lengthen your neck. Maybe fold a little more as you lengthen the backs of your legs, making like a number 7 with your body. Option to stay here or fold more. Remember, if you have your blocks or books nearby, to reach for those, bringing the earth towards you as you choose to let your head hang. A deep forward fold, bend your knees, let your upper body be supported by your lap. Press into both feet as you're ready to roll up with a long breath in. Find tall mountain pose and prepare to add on if you choose. Deep breath in, reach up. And fold at the hips. Pause halfway, long spine, long legs. Stay or fold farther. Lower the hips here as though sitting in a chair. Lift the upper body and bring both handprints towards the sky, like holding a serving tray, or choose to make handprints at heart center, Anjali Mudra, or prayer gesture, or self-salutation gesture. Nice strong chair pose. From here, we'll rise up to mountain and prepare to add on. Take a breath. Nice work. As you're ready, inhale to reach up. And exhale to fold at the hips. Pause halfway. Handprints might find the lap as you lengthen spine and legs. Choose to stay or fold farther. Maybe nodding the head, yes or no. As you're ready, lower the hips, sit in your chair pose, lift the hands to wherever they may go. Choose to stay here, maybe bring strength as you tuck your tail a bit and draw your navel in, lengthening the lumbar spine. Stay in your chair pose or step back with one foot. As you lengthen the leg, the toes might turn outward as they grip the mat. Choose to rise up with both hands, find a lunge or warrior one. The hands can connect at heart center as well. Choose to stay and breathe, maybe inhaling to lift the hands, maybe exhaling to lower. As you're ready, an inhale might step the back foot forward, staying low, pause in your chair pose, and then send the other foot back. Lengthening the back leg, send those toes out to the side wherever they want to go. Grip the mat with both feet. Choose to lift both hands, warrior one on the other side. As you're ready, find your center, your balance. Stay low as you step the back foot forward for chair pose again. Lengthen through both legs, rise up to mountain pose. Nice work. We'll practice that flow with the option to add on a vinyasa flow in the middle. A vinyasa flow will just be a sequence of a few poses in between our other sequence of poses, our sun salutations, for continuing to build warmth in the body. Again, you can opt out of any or choose your own variation. Okay. Join if you choose. As you're ready, inhale to lift the hands, rise up. And exhale, lengthen as you fold. Maybe pause halfway, reach hands for your lap. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your legs. Choose to stay here or fold all the way. Inhale to half lift again. Lower your hips, find chair pose. Option to step straight to your warrior pose or join me for a flow, maybe finding your blocks as you come down onto hands and knees. Practice cat-cow here. We'll make this the first option for a flow. Maybe 2 breaths. And using your blocks or any support you'd like, make your way to standing. Maybe moving through downward facing dog in some form, stepping through a fold, and rising up to standing. From here, find your chair pose. Step 1 foot back, long leg behind, toes turn outward, hands can rise, warrior one. Choose to stay and breathe or continue as you're ready, stepping forward for chair. Stepping back on the other side, warrior one. Chair pose. Option to flow. Reaching for your blocks or the floor, make your way to tabletop. You can practice cat-cow again, or take bird dog. You may remember from lying on our backs, bird dog is reaching with opposite hand and foot, making a long line from extended hand to foot. Maybe 2 breaths again. From your tabletop, you have the option to tuck your toes and lift your knees and hips, pressing into hands and feet for downward facing dog. Choose to stay and breathe for 3 breaths, or walk hands and feet towards each other, finding a fold. As you're ready, press into both feet to root down and rise up. Roll up through your spine, lifting your face last, turning thumbs outward and breathing in mountain pose.